Hey guys, to the customer service staff, and everyone can take a little bit from this. We're talking about it for a few weeks, and it's constantly everyone's talking about it. So, simply put it, you can watch this. You can stop this video after like this one sentence. When we're making calls to a customer, read the notes and understand the subtleties of when to call and when not to call. So if you're following up a quote, we're not going to call them at 7 a.m. in the morning. We're going to probably wait till about 9 or maybe 1 o'clock or after 5, or if they're very busy, we can call them at 7. Just have a read of the notes and go, okay, well, this customer, we've called them in the daytime, they're very busy, we'll call them we'll call them after 5. So for now, the framework that I've set up is very simple. I've said to you, make these calls, do the follow-ups. This is a little more depth in what we're doing. So no, we're not just blindly just calling. Because when you first started here, that's what that's all I've taught you is just do this. And now we're starting to a little bit more think for ourselves. Hey, when can I call? When can I follow up a quote? What can I do? So, yeah. So now you can stop the phone call pretty much if you can do that. Now the long story of all of this is so no matter what you do, we can't keep people happy. About whatever you do, about a certain percentage of the population is going to be unhappy about it or complain about it or whatever. So we've got to start understanding that. So don't take it personally, but we also got to understand how to deal with these complainers, because it's such a large percentage of society. We don't have a choice but to deal with them. So if we stop dealing with complainers, we may not have any customers. So we've got to start looking at, okay, so when I'm talking to someone, I'm trying to see, or when someone's talking to me or listening to me, I'm filtering. I'm like, is this person talking to me about a fact? Are they trying to prove themselves in a way? Are they explaining a story about themselves and their ego? Are they looking at from their perspective? What is their bias? Everyone's got a bias. We don't come with a point of view without a bias. So someone will always have a pre-existing bias. So these filters are running through my head all the time as someone's talking to me. So unfortunately, most of the conversation I have, 98% of the words, I'm just like, well, they're saying these words to me that has no relevancy to what's in front of me right now. So if you're thinking I'm probably not really listening to you, I'm filtering what you're saying to get to a truth. Why are we trying to get to a fact or a truth? Everyone in this world is talking about a fact, a truth, a fact or truth. The closer we can get to what's called a fact or a truth, when there is no, as soon as we find a fact or truth, there's another fact or truth, another fact or truth. It just keeps going. No matter how far we get in science, another fact or truth comes. So I'm not saying there is an ultimate fact or truth, but the closer we can get to the current version of our fact or truth, the more we can go, how can I use this to achieve my goal, or how can I use this to navigate myself through the world? Because the closer I am to the fact, the more I can make better decisions in what I'm trying to do. So again, this is the longest story for it. If you heard the first part, you can stop this video now. So which comes to the point of the complaints from customers, complaints from staff members, complaints from people. Is it a fact or truth, or what it is? So for example, if someone is complaining about you, are they really complaining about you, or are they testing you? So for me to be working in this position, in this industry, people, when I first started, have no respect for me. Think it's a joke, you know what I mean? People of my nationality, my look, my thing, don't work in this industry. So no one took me seriously. No one respected me. No one did any of that stuff. But when they talked to me, they were always checking, like, they weren't really a lot of it was just testing me. Like, they're like, oh, Victor's doing this wrong, Victor's not this, he doesn't know this, you know? What they were, they didn't have any faith in me because they had that image of me, but they also were just seeing maybe if I test him, he may show, you know, some capability. So a lot of the words, the complaints were just test. Can you actually do this? Prove yourself to me. And that's very applicable to you. Look at the staff that you hear. There's a lot of people that are not designed or not known to be in this industry working here right now. So people, but you have to earn that respect. You have to win that respect. Now I have all that, you know, now I have that respect and people do admire me and people do look up to me and all this kind of stuff. And I have influence. And when I say something, people do it, you know. But that was earned through knowledge, through experience, through my results, through all sorts of stuff, you know. So it's the same thing for you. You don't just automatically get all that. You have to earn all that. So again, let's go back to complaints. So if people are complaining, is it really a complaint? Is they testing you? Is it just having a bad day? Is it real? Is there any consequences to the complaint? That's an important thing as well. When a customer makes a complaint saying, I got a call, you know, I got a call at, 10 o'clock, I got a call at 12 o'clock saying the plumber will be there at 1 o'clock, but he got there at 1:30. You know, then you might look at that, go, oh no, we have to change the whole company, make sure when we promise 1 o'clock, we're at 1:30. Or is the customer just a complainer? Is it for real? Do they want a discount? What's really going on? You know, so in that scenario, more than likely, they're just a complainer. We can't change the whole company for it. There has to be some kind of understanding that plumbers aren't going to be on time. Maybe we might make innovation videos saying plumbers will come between these times because educate the customer to get them on site. So we've got a complainer, but how do we get them to work with us and how do we work with them? You know, how do we win them over? So we don't want to change people so much, but we want to, because we really can't, I think we can sort of educate them, get them on board and work with them as best we can. So that's about it. So you got your, so just to recap, so you're filtering the information, seeing what's real information, what is usable, what's just a complaint, what's just fake. I sort of want to give more examples of that. So if if someone says to you, oh, you know, I only want to work with, I only want to talk to a plumber. Straight away, you're like, yeah, for sure, I can get you a plumber right away. So you break down that barrier from them. They're like, oh, cool, okay, well, all right, where is he? Can I talk to him? I'm like, before I can do that, I've got to make sure I get the right plumber for you. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, well, my problem is this. Okay, yeah, we actually have a plumber that does this. And when they do this, they bring this kind of equipment. And I've been working here a while, and this is what they do. And they're like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. Now you're winning them over. You're getting them onto your side. And then they might say, okay, well, where's my plumber? I'm like, okay, can I ask more questions? And then they're like, well, I've had this leak for 4 weeks. Well, did you know that our company, we get there straight away and we actually do it within the week or two? And they're like, oh, that's really impressive. You know, that sounds pretty good. And you know, sometimes, you know, because do keep in mind, you're looking for a plumber that's a professional, is focused, is doing the right thing and all that kind of stuff. You know, my job in the office is to make sure that I look after them and support them. So if you want to talk to them directly, you know, if a plumber was at your house, you don't want them to be on the phone all the time. You want them to be working. And same as our plumbers, they're always working. It's a little bit hard to get in touch with them. Do you mind if I book you in? I'll get them to call you back in the next couple of hours, but can we